Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. I am Mike Babicz, your host, and the voice of particularly a lot of the IRA divisions this year. I did some traveling around this last weekend with the Autometer powered by Gandrew Performance Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, and also the 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprints. 3 racetracks, also the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame induction last Saturday with good friend Steve Sinclair inducted among the class of 2025, and just a busy weekend for my wife Kathy and I, but a fun weekend. So we got a lot of racing that we got to watch, and some that I got to call. So we'll get to that in a little bit, because we got a guy on the phone who's very busy. He's selling tickets, which is good. That's a good thing. We got Tony Veneziano, who is with SLS Promotions, which does a lot of the World of Outlaws sprint car promotions, particularly in the state of Wisconsin and some other states as well. And Tony, you've got a big triple header weekend coming up this weekend. Friday night at Plymouth, Saturday night Beaver Dam, Sunday Angel Park. Tell the folks a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we're excited. I mean, a great 3 nights of race in a row. Plymouth, first time back at Plymouth in over 20 years. I think it was 2002 or 3 the last time the Outlaws were there. Beaver Dam, obviously, always a mainstay, racing on a Saturday night there. And then back at Angel Park Speedway for the first time since 2016. So, yeah, 2 tracks we haven't been to in quite a while. I mean, right now the phones are ringing off the hook for Plymouth. Everybody is very excited for that Plymouth race. So it's going to be great to get back there. I myself haven't been there since I think about 2001. I went to the IRA Fall, the last race of the season there back then. So that's the last time I've been there. So I'm ready to get there as well.
Well, it's again going to be a great show. There is just a lot of buzz going on around here about it ever since it was announced. And I know there's just a lot of great racing going on this week in the area. But for the drivers, I know your contact is mostly with the fans. But for the drivers that you've spoken with and run into, what are their thoughts going back to some of these tracks? And even though some of these drivers have been there before, like Bill Baylog probably is the most seasoned guy of the drivers coming to Wisconsin, what are you hearing from some of the other drivers from the Outlaws?
Yeah, they're excited to have 3 nights of race in a row. You know, the last few weeks have been a few rainouts, so they're excited to get 3 nights in a row in. And yeah, you mentioned Bill Bale, probably more laps at those 3 tracks than anybody. But the only current full-time Outlaws guy, along with Bill, that's raced at Plymouth's Donnie Schatz, obviously, because he's been around for almost 30 years now racing. Beaver Dam, obviously, the guy's got a lot of experience there. Angel Park, you know, a handful of guys haven't been there, especially the rookie guys. So it's going to be a good equalizer, some of these tracks. You know, some of the rookies have been pretty fast this year. 7 rookies on the tour right now, which I want to say is a record. I don't ever remember there being 7 rookies out there. So those guys, you know, they're getting up to speed quick. They've had some good runs. Some of the rookies, some top 5, top 3 finishes. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of the rookies this season can knock off a win. But, man, I'm looking forward to seeing Bill Baylog at the 3 Wisconsin tracks. You know, he won earlier this season down at the Talladega short track in Alabama. He won his first Outlaws race back, and I think it was 2016 at Beaver Dam, 16 or 17, whatever year that was. And so he'll be tough at them all. And it's going to be, I think if Bill Baylog beats the Outlaws in Wisconsin, man, it'll be great. It'll be some of the loudest cheers I think we hear all season.
Well, and then Bill came in and showed up at Sun Prairie for an IRA show at the last minute. I guess the Outlaws race that weekend was rained out, and they towed like 9 hours to get to Angel Park. And he had a fantastic run there, ended up finishing in second spot to Scotty Thiel. I think it was Scotty Thiel. I'm trying to remember back.
Tim Schaefer.
Oh, Tim Schaefer. That's right. My mistake. Yes. Tim Schaefer, who had never seen Angel Park before. And those two put on a great show that night at Angel Park. And talking to Bill a little bit afterwards, he said, I succeeded what I wanted to do. He said, basically, we were coming here to just try some things out. And they worked.
Yeah. So I think that'll give them an advantage coming in this weekend, already having some laps at that track, whereas everybody else hasn't been there for 8-9 years, whatever it's been, and some of the guys never been there. So they definitely seem like they have a good baseline for all three tracks, really.
Yeah, well, we know that you are a busy man right now. So, but where can folks go for ticket information for the three events coming up this weekend? And also, we don't want to forget about the 2-day show that'll be coming up in July at Wilmot Raceway.
Yeah, lots of good racing in Wisconsin here next month. They can go to slspromotions.com or go right to the Outlaws website to the schedule page as well and click on each individual event. But yeah, three nights this weekend, the 2 nights at Wilmot in July, always great events. So looking forward to getting to Wisconsin twice here in the next month and a half.
All right, sounds good, Tony, and hopefully we can catch up and have a brat together.
There you go. I like that. Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you, Tony. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too.
Tony Veneziano, he is the ticket guru for the World of Outlaws when it comes to SLS promotions. Just about everybody, and he's amazing. He walked up to Mark Maglio, who provides the pace truck for both the IRA and also Wilmot Raceway, he and his brother Tony and Bodycraft. And Mark walked up to him when we were at Beaver Dam last year for the Outlaw show, and Tony goes, "Oh, Mark, yeah, I talk to you all the time. I know you." It's like, the guy deals with thousands of people from all over the country, almost literally all over the world, and yet he knows somebody by name. So that's a pretty cool deal. All right, well, we want to give you a few race results here. First of all, as I mentioned, I was doing a little bit of announcing this last weekend. Well, starting on Friday night, I wasn't there for that one, but it was the border battle between the Autometer powered by Gandrud Performance Wisconsin wingless sprint cars, as well as the American Sprint Car Touring Series, I believe is what their official name is. And they came into Wilmot for the first time on Friday night. And scoring the victory in the feature event was Zach Radert out of Gurnee, Illinois, his first feature win of the season with the Autometer Wisconsin wingless sprint cars. Rusty Egan finished in second spot, a real strong showing, and Tim Cox rounded out the top three. The Baleen Hard Charger Award went to Seth Johnson, who improved 8 positions from 17th to 9th. The Autometer B main was won by Miles Doherty. Bryce Andrews posted the Bodycraft Fast qualifying lap of 14.789 seconds. And heat race wins, Tate Hensley picked up the win in the BR Motorsports Presents King Race Products Heat Race. Adam Taylor, who's going to be our guest in a little bit, he won the Game Day Men's Health Presents Baleen Race Equipment Heat Race. And Jake Kuba out of Minnesota won the Fox Lake Harbor Presents All-Star Performance Heat Race. Steve Miller, a good friend of ours, he won the modified feature on Friday night at Wilmot. CJ Malik picked up the win in the Wing 604 cars. And Brandon Murtis out of Salem won in the street stocks. Taking a look now on Saturday night at Sycamore in the Autometer powered by Gandrud Performance Wisconsin wingless sprints. Scoring the feature win, only the second of his career, was Tate Hensley out of Trever, Wisconsin. Led wire to wire. Finishing in second spot was the guy that won the night before, Zach Radert, and he made it close, but not quite close enough. Had to settle for second. Third spot went to Tyler Cuxhouse out of Antioch. Fourth spot went to Adam Taylor, who's going to again be our guest this evening. And fifth spot went to the 44J machine, and that is Jordan Miklas out of Watertown, and he also picked up the Hard Charger Award on Saturday night at Sycamore, improving 13 positions. He went from 18th to 5th. Unbelievable. And also on Saturday down at Sycamore, heat race wins. The Fox Lake Harbor Presents All-Star Performance Heat 1 went to Rusty Egan. The Game Day Men's Health presents Baleen Race Equipment. Heat number 2 went to John Fall. And the BR Motorsports presents King Race Products third heat went to Seth Johnson. And the fast qualifier of the evening was, I believe, if I recall correctly, it was, and now I don't recall, so I'm not going to get. Oh, here it is. Ryan Zielski out of Oconomowoc was the fast qualifier, the Bodycraft fast qualifier. Ryan took a whale of a tumble down the front straightaway and was actually done for the weekend. He had a lot of victories and a lot of success at Angel Park, and he was looking forward to returning there, but the car really got torn up when he flipped down the front straightaway, hooking the wall on a restart while running in the top 5. Also, we want to let you know Jimmy Sivia, who had a fire develop in the cockpit of a car that he was rent-a-riding, he is okay, and we wanted to let folks know that. And also, Colin Sivia, who started in the second row of the 1175 Sports Complex and Eatery IRA Lightning Sprint feature event. He started in the second row. He was battling the 73-year-old veteran Ron Branham out of Barrington for the lead. Branham started alongside Sivia in the front row of the feature. And then Sivia had a problem in turn number 3, hooked the infield and the berm, and ended up doing some snap rolls in the car number 11S, and his night was over. So he was okay, a little shaken up, but okay, and that's the main thing. So I'm sure Colin will be back out real soon. Going on to score the victory was Brian Strain Jr. out of Paris. That's his third feature win in a row in the Lightning Sprints. And the guy that looked like he was headed to victory in that one until we had a caution with 5 laps to go was Jordan Funderburg out of Wadsworth. And Jordan really appeared like he was going to be in good shape. He took the lead on lap 5 after the red for Sivia, and just the way it went. 3 laps to go, went in a little bit hard, spun the car in turn number 3, brought out the caution, and had to go to the back. Tough break for him. So it was Brian Strain Jr. scoring the win. Second was the 5S car of Chad Stouthammer. Third spot, Nick Petska in the 18. Fourth, the 13 car of Tucker Richards. And fifth spot went to the 55H of Mark Heiner. And I think real quickly, it looks like Tucker Richards was the Baleen Race Equipment hard charger, improving 4 spots. In the Lightning Sprint heat races, the Fox Lake Harbor presents All-Star Performance. Heat number 1 went to Jordan Funderburg. The Game Day Men's Health presents Baleen Race Equipment number 2. That went to Tucker Richards. And the Bodycraft Fast Time honor went to Nick Petska with a qualifying mark of 14.440 seconds. And on Sunday, up at Angel Park in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, scoring the victory for the first time this season and second of his career, and actually the first points victory for him, was the driver out of Wheatfield, Indiana, Adam Taylor in the 8T. Finishing a tight, close second was a guy that was doing, I think he might have been doing triple duty on last night at Angel Park, the more I think about it. The number 24 machine of Eric Wilkie out of Genesee, Wisconsin, the racing soccer player. And he ended up in second spot. Third spot went to Rusty Egan, who also earned the Baleen Race Equipment Hard Charger Award by improving 8 spots. Fourth was Tim Cox out of Park City, and Greg Alt rounded out the top 5. The MSA 360 feature went to Brandon Berth out of Cascade. Last week's guest, Scotty Neitzel of Beaver Dam, finished up in second spot, and a strong second. Scotty looked really good. Ben Schmidt of Plymouth was third, and Kurt Hollywood Davis out of South Milwaukee finished in fourth spot. Parker Jones picked up the Badger Midget feature win, and Brandon Welty was going back and forth with Jones for the lead with laps winding down, 2 laps to go. Welty spun, had to restart at the rear, did recover to finish 10th, but Parker Jones went on to score another impressive victory. In the wingless heat races, the Fox Lake Harbor Presents All-Star Performance Heat was won by John Fall. The Game Day Men's Health Presents Baleen Race Equipment Heat Race was won by Trustin Furseth. And the BR Motorsports Presents King Race Products Heat Race was won by none other than Adam Taylor. And fast qualifier was Zach Radert with a 15.308 clocking. So he picked up the Bodycraft Fast Time honors. The wingless are going to be off for a little while, and so are the Lightning Sprints. And they'll get back to action coming up sometime later on this summer. So we're going to now bring in, do we have John there yet? If we don't have John yet. Oh, we do have John. John is with us. John is in the house. John, welcome to the program. Appreciate you adjusting your schedule a little bit today for us. And the weather's getting warmer.
Yep.
That means times and speeds get faster, right?
No, unfortunately. Yeah.
I got
the warm
that
weather doesn't help
I
the
didn't get the
speeds,
memo.
but maybe if the track doesn't get too hot, it's pretty ideal. But looks like we had a good weekend for the bracket races. That was good weather. Didn't start out originally on Friday that way, but Saturday and Sunday was good, and they were running all day long. Got their program in. A lot of testing to them going on too, so it's worked out okay.
Well, that's great. And now we're starting to get into the heat of the season here. What are some of the big events that are coming up at Great Lakes Dragway this coming weekend? Of course, Wednesday night is always ladies' night. You always want to come out Wednesday night, see the ladies. The ladies get to race for free. They get to come in and spectate for free. So definitely want to come on ladies' night on Wednesday night. But then what else is happening there at Great Lakes Dragway?
So this Saturday, we're going to have another of our Nitro Streetcar Brawls, which is going to feature the Wisconsin Outlaw Series. So that's when we get the really quick 8th mile, 10.5-inch drag radial, smaller drag radial prep track. The guys that'll be going out doing that race, our group also will be racing Brew City Gassers at that Streetcar Brawl, along with some of the other groups like the Pro 85. Friday's going to be a outlaw test and tune night, where that's going to be a little bit more money to test and tune if you want to, because they're putting a lot of glue on the track and a lot of track prep. Thursday will be our normal sticky Thursday night for testing drag radials and slicks. That race will be this Saturday, and then Sunday is going to be fun racing for everybody, and then we start getting into some of the other during the year. We during this month, I should say, we got a 17th of June is Six Summer, where the guys do the drag and drive type events. They're going to start out at Byron. They're going to come to Great Lakes Dragway on Tuesday. That's always a great time. Good time to play hooky from work if you have to work, because there's a lot of cool cars that roll in there and roll out of there. And it's kind of neat because they start going maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and that track is hot, usually till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. They just run a ton of cars down there, get their best times, and leave, and then head on to the next track. And then later on in the end of the year, we have our out-of-sight drags coming up the 27th and 28th of June, which is going to be all 1966 and older stuff.
Well, that's as you know, it's the season. It seems like it takes forever to get done. Forever to get here, and then once things get rolling, it seems to all of a sudden it's October.
Yeah,
snow's flying, and it's over. What about an update? I know there was some issues on KR, some work being done. Can you give us a little update on the status of KR?
Yeah, actually, so far what they've done, I just drove down there yesterday again, and they've ground out and put some culverts across, getting ready to resurface it. I didn't go all the way down to I-94, but from KR, from 45 on KR going to the track, that's going to remain open. And there's only one spot where they actually cut across the road and put a culvert in, but it's all got asphalt grindings over the top of it. It's not bad. It's real easy to maneuver to get in there with a big rig or anything. And pretty much haven't done anything up to the track at this point. Supposed to be done by July 31st, I believe, with everything, but I haven't looked to see if they're resurfacing closer to I-94, but I know they had that road all marked up and they had all the flags out there and everything, so they're getting really ready. So, but they did say that the track there's always going to be access to the track, and like I say, coming off of Highway 45 on the KR, it's not a big deal, not a problem. It's pretty much like it always has been.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, and then, of course, the folks can always go to the Great Lakes Dragway website and Facebook page for updates, and the phone number where Randy 99.9% of the time answers his own phone.
Yeah, that's 262-878-3783. Yeah.
All righty. Well, that sounds great. And when's the next time we're going to see John on the racetrack?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah.
This Saturday?
This Saturday for the Wisconsin Outlaws Street Series. We'll be running our in between their when they do their rounds, we go in between there and run some more stuff. So we'll be out there. I'll be out there Saturday. We had a good Memorial Day weekend. That was good. So everything, car's working good so far. So I'm happy.
Now, do you like it when it's warmer, or do you prefer when it's a little cooler?
A little cooler. I think I looked at the weather forecast for Saturday, and they're saying maybe 68 degrees, which for me, that would be perfect. You know, if it's sunny and 68 degrees. Unfortunately, my car's a black Corvette 62. It's a small inside, and it's very hot inside. So the cooler weather, so the track temperature doesn't get too high, and cooler weather for me is always a good thing.
Well, that's for sure. Well, we do also want to remind you and our viewers that coming up, I'm going to show it here a little bit. We have Cars and Custard coming up at Hartnell Chevrolet, and that'll be on Saturday, June the 21st, from 10:30 a.m. till 1 p.m. Cheryl McCreary is going to be there performing and singing. They've also got a taco. One of the taco trucks is going to come in. That's going to have different assorted tacos there for folks, and of course, custard. Oh yeah, custard from Culver's, right just north of Hartnell Chevrolet there on Highway 75, 83, whatever you want to call it, there in Paddock Lake. So it's open to any kind of race cars, show cars, street cars, motorcycles, what have you. Saturday, June 21st, and something that's going to happen as well. As A-Main Apparel, I'll give them their due plug here. A-Main Apparel and Diecast, and the official online retailer of the IRA, Garrett Tennyson and his family, they have donated, and this is autographed, an autographed Kurt Busch NASCAR. I don't want to open it up. I might scratch it or something. But it has been autographed by Kurt Busch, and there is going to be tickets, all access tickets to the upcoming NASCAR race in Chicago.
Wow.
The street race.
Very cool.
For both the tickets get you in both days. Nice. And so that's going to be a benefit for the Northern Illinois Council on Alcoholism and Substance Abuse. It's going to be a nice little package, the diecast from A-Main Apparel and Diecast, as well as the tickets. And so we want folks to come out, take a chance at those tickets. Actually, my wife and I are going to go. We haven't gone yet. I haven't seen the race in person. I've just watched it on television. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's going to be I used to announce at Road America, so I did see road racing. And of course, the unique thing about road racing is you see them for about 10 or 15 seconds when they go by you, and then it can be 5 minutes before you see another race car.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that, but yeah, I guess it makes sense for sure.
All kinds of, especially in the beginning when they're all bunched together and at the original start of the race and stuff. So, but we hope, John, that you guys can make it that weekend, or some of the guys and gals from Great Lakes can join us that day. And we are going to have a couple more shows, and we'll get the information over to you guys and Randy and the guys in the announcing booth as well, so that they can pass that on to the fans and everybody. So
sure.
Each of the weeks that we have the events there at Hartnell, we're going to have a different charity that's going to have something going on.
Nice.
This one's for NICASA, the ticket giveaway and the die cast, and then we're gonna work with a couple more charities. We'll announce those probably on a show very soon. So, John, appreciate you always taking the time. Wish you the best this Saturday. We might just sneak up and watch you a little bit. I know I keep saying that, but last week I was living the life of an outlaw, at 3 racetracks in 3 states in 72 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's traveling.
Always good talking with you, John. Please send our best to everybody up there at Great Lakes, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Sounds good. Nice talking to you, Mike.
Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. And that was John giving us our weekly report at Great Lakes Dragaway. Want to thank the folks. We mentioned Hartnell Chevrolet. We mentioned A-Main Apparel. We mentioned, of course, the Bumper to Bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Cars. Fox Lake Harbor, also a great supporter of us here. Midwest Motor Coach and Olson Transportation. Also, Force One Performance Products, the Irwin family. Jack's Helmets. He does a fantastic job. Jack's Helmets does. And we also have Game Day Men's Health has just come on board recently. Pink Roofing has joined us as well. Sarah Missiel and People Architectural Group, where we don't build buildings, we build people. So if you need help in recruiting, staffing, or maintaining your staff, keeping your staff, training your staff, reach out to Sarah Missiel and myself. I happen to work there too, at People Architectural Group. They've come on board and joined us. Nielsen Enterprises, also there in Lake Villa, has joined us as well. And we also mentioned, of course, our good friends from Bodycraft. Bodycraft, a longtime supporter of our program. Lake County Hose and Equipment, Bill Fusting, who races from time to time at Great Lakes Dragaway. And his son also was racing, I think, last weekend in what looked like a truck that was redone. It was, from what I understand, was one of their first times out in a while. So, again, we want to thank all the folks that help us all the time. And Impressions Count does our signs behind me. Impressions Count does a great job. Randy and his crew. Also want to thank Kaylee, that is my hairdresser, and she does a great job for Grandpa. And then also, of course, how can I forget Scott Carpenter and B&L Office Furniture. He provides us our great in-home studio, and we just really, really appreciate that support that we've had since we went to our in-home studio with B&L Office Furniture, Scott Carpenter. Again, he does just really a great job helping us out. I think I've hopefully remembered everyone. And in Whitmore's Towing and Recovery, Tom Eller, who sang a great national anthem, I understand, Friday at Wilmot, and then on Sunday at Angel Park in Sun Prairie. I don't know how we missed him on Saturday. They used a recording instead. I guess he didn't get the memo that he could have sang on Saturday, but maybe one of the future ones will get him instead. So, again, we just thank all of our sponsors that help us out each and every week here on the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. If you want to join our band of partners, you can get in touch with myself, or you can also get in touch with Kent at 216 The Net, and we will certainly help you out and help you to become a sponsor right here on the Let's Go Racing Motorsports Report. Also, can't forget, it's the Hunt Club of Richmond. We will be making a road trip to the Hunt Club of Richmond sometime this season, and also our good friends at Culver's of Paddock Lake. We're going to have a trip up there. And, of course, Great Lakes Dragaway, also a great supporter of ours, and Bumper to Bumper and the IRA Sprint Cars. I'm going to show you this, but we're not going to talk much about this week, because we have definitely one person that's going to join us next week, and we are working on possibly 2 of the inductees for this year's National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. Kathy and I were at the induction this last Saturday afternoon down at the Knoxville Raceway. It was an event attended by well over 500 folks. And there you can see the class that was inducted. And of course, Steve Sinclair, who's just done a lot for racing in general and in particularly for sprint car racing, was inducted on Saturday afternoon. It was Kathy's and my pleasure to be there and be part of that for him, to show our support for him. And we also spoke with Craig Delansky, the crowd pleaser, who is a former World of Outlaw racer and also raced with the IRA off and on a little bit out of Minnesota. And Craig but we're about 90% sure. We're just trying to figure out the logistics next week. But we're going to have Craig and Steve on together. And we're also going to have, at various points this summer, just made a lot of contacts out there at Knoxville. So you're going to want to keep tuning in because you never know who's going to show up and be one of my guests. Guy named Steve Beitler. Some of you may remember him. Promoter of 3 tracks out in the state of Washington and also an actual outlaw driver. And he did run with the World of Outlaws. And yes, he did run from time to time at Wilmot in the Wilmot Opens. He's expressed an interest in coming on, and we're going to just work that out. And also Shane Carson. Had a nice visit with Shane. And Shane is also going to come on with us at some time. And there's a few other folks that we made contacts with out there at Knoxville that may be joining us. So looking forward to that. All righty. We're going to bring in our next guest. Our next guest had a busy weekend. Actually, about a busy the last 2 weeks. We have the Fosbender family. And welcome to the program, Lance and Lily. And,
hi, guys.
Great to have you. Appreciate your patience as we took care of a few housekeeping chores. Got to pay the bills, just like you
Right
have partners on the race cars. We got partners that help us get on the air. So welcome to the program, and we're going to start it off with Lance. Lance, tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit about how your season's been going and what your plans are in the next few weeks.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us on. I've personally been on a few different broadcasts over the years, and yours is one that I've yet to be on. So it's an extreme honor and a privilege, and especially to share it with my daughter here. But as far as my season, boy, it's been less than desirable, to be honest. I had high hopes during the off season, but it is what it is. The results just haven't been there. The car's been spotty. It's been fast, but then unmanageable at times. So it's been a real challenge to find consistency, but I'm unwavering. Should try to find the speed. It's got speed. I shouldn't even say that. It's got plenty of speed. And I feel more confident in myself as a driver than I have in probably 10, 15 years. Just been trying to take care of my health a lot more in the last year and a half. So everything's there. It's just not clicking. It doesn't show. I know a couple weeks ago we had a really, really fast car. I sat up in the seat and had a pass. I think we passed 25 cars in the A main. Car came out of gear halfway through. I was running 5th and I had to start at the tail and drove it back up to 5th in about 10 laps. So personally, that gives me the encouragement that I need. I think it gives our crew encouragement that everything's there. It just needs to work. One thing I've always prided myself in is being consistent, and that just hasn't been there. The only thing I've been consistent at is not consistently finishing good. But we'll turn it around. I know we will. Sunday morning after Saturday night's performance at Plymouth was lackluster. I got up early, earlier than I normally would for a 2-day show. And I went out in the shop. I put my mind to it. I wasn't going to even bother washing the car or anything. I wasn't going to do anything with appearance or anything like that. And I wanted to just concentrate on basically taking the car apart and just resquaring, just checking everything, give it good a fine tune, one over. Didn't find a whole lot of things, but some of the things that I did do, I did a little old school. Did some bar changes and combinations that I wanted to do. And I just felt now was the time to try it. And it paid off as far as how it felt for me behind the wheel Sunday night at Sun Prairie. So I'm very confident, very comfortable that all these results will start turning around and we'll get to be running in the top 5 consistently. I really don't have a doubt about that. I don't mean to sound arrogant or anything like that. I just feel confident that everything's here. I just need to bring it all together.
Well, and I'll tell you, the racing Sunday, I mean, that's the second time I've been there this year because we were there Memorial Day weekend with the bumper-to-bumper IRA sprint cars, you know, and I mean, you've run there more, obviously, than I've even been there to see racing. Was it the track configuration and the prep of the tracks Sunday night? Did it just seem a little bit better? Because I mean, it was racy. I mean, every feature was unbelievable, and there was passing, there was pass back. I mean, there was a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I sat out or drove out in the infield and watched the midget A-main, and watched my buddy Parker Jones put on a really good show. Him and our other good friend Brandon Welty, you know, they were really wheeling it, and I caught myself, you know, in awe actually as a driver myself, just watching them maneuver. And to echo you exactly, it was very racy and extremely entertaining. You know, I was apprehensive on the track prep that they did before the A-mains. I had hoped there was going to be a little more water laid down closer to the wall, hoping to get the track a little wider. That really never did happen throughout the night, and it kind of hindered, in a way, it hindered my opportunities to advance more than I did. But it was the same track for everybody, and I can't make any excuses. All I can do is whine a little bit. But no, the track prep at Sun Prairie Sunday night was probably over the last several times I've been there between our MSA shows and when I go and play with IRA a little bit, probably one of the best tracks that I've seen there in a long time, especially early on. You know, it's had its habits of either completely, you know, burning off and taking rubber in the heat races already, and really being an expensive night tire wise, to being rough and tumble and you know, helmet shaking, you know, going on straightaway. So it's had its ups and downs and highs and lows, but Sunday night I gotta just really give a lot of props to the track prep crew. They really did a good job.
Well, you know, I don't know if you knew it. I understand it's Woody the Woodchuck that actually is in charge of track prep. And Woody was checking things out from the hole right by the infield officials, you know, tower there.
Yeah.
We did find out that that's where he lives, or she. There's a big hole there, and did stick its head out a couple of times Sunday night just to check everything. But after our excursion Memorial Day weekend in capturing Woody, and to prevent Woody from being run over by a race car, and I don't know if you're, and if you get a chance, folks out there should really try to find it. It's on YouTube. That week, it was the 4th highest viewed YouTube program, whatever you want to call it, in the entire country. I mean, it just had an unbelievable number of viewers. So Woody the Woodchuck is now world famous, internationally famous. And I mean, I barely walked into Angel Park I was signing in, and I got asked about Woody the Woodchuck. So, but anyway, we're going to go over to Lily now. And Lily, first of all, welcome to the program, and tell our viewers and listeners out there, first of all, your age and how you got interested in racing.
Well, thank you for having us. I'm 17 years old, and I started obviously because of my dad, but it started out in go-karts. I was, what was it, 11, and I was really excited, and I always wanted one, and they finally got me one, and we went to Beaver Dam, and I raced them for about 4 years, and then about 2.5 years ago, three, when I turned 15, I got a legend, and thank you to Joe Wood and my dad making that possible. Yeah, it's just been really fun. We've been going all over now that we don't have Beaver Dam to race at every Tuesday. We've been traveling a lot, but it's been a lot of fun, and can't wait for the next races coming up.
And tell the folks a little bit about what a legend car is.
Well,
it's not an old car, right?
It's, I don't even know, how would you describe it? It's really little. It's got two doors on the side.
The door is actually open though, right? It's not like Dad's car where you got to climb in and all that good stuff.
You gotta open the latch and then open the door, and then walk in like a regular car. It's a lot different than a sprint car for sure.
Now, is it self-starting? It doesn't have to be push-started, correct?
No, it's a clutch.
It's a clutch, okay.
Yeah.
What kind of engine is in it?
It's a 1250 Yamaha motorcycle motor.
So basically a motorcycle engine.
Yep.
So somewhat, in some respects, similar to a Lightning Sprint, because the Lightning Sprints also run a chain-driven motorcycle engine.
Yep.
So I'm going to come back to Dad now, and I don't want to bring up something that was very scary and had a lot of us worried for a while. But you've made a long comeback here, Lance, and tell the folks a little bit about what happened and why you decided to keep racing.
Yeah. So it's coming up on June 15th. It'll be a year. I had an incident in hot laps at Plymouth, and had a fuel leak that ignited. And I don't remember the percentage, but I had burns on my legs, and it ended up. I don't know. I don't like. It's not that I don't like talking about it. I kind of want it to be part of the past. But it was a time of my life, not let alone my racing career, but a time of my life that had a lot of time, a lot of couch time, a lot of bedtime. There was about 3 weeks that, going to the bathroom was kind of the only thing that I got up for. And that was only for number 2, if you know what I mean. There was a lot of just laying there, and it was not enjoyable by any means. But my faith, I don't want to dramatize it any more than it really was, other than it was a very trying time for me emotionally to, the why me, Lord, the pity story, and feel sorry for myself. Along that lines, I didn't need to feel sorry for myself, because that's one thing I found out was just how many people care about me, and they made it obvious, and it was very humbling, very gratifying to see and hear people that never even met me tell me they care about me and wished for the best. So it really taught me a lot about life, a lot about people, a lot about myself, and I I did learn a lot about myself. And in that time is when I questioned what are God's plans, why did he do this to me? Or why did he let this happen to me, I should say. Questioned a lot of things, and I don't know that I got all the answers, but I came out of that with a lot of assurance that that I was, if I could make it through this, I should really put attention to being a better person, a better Christian, and better father, better husband, all of the above, And then I started thinking about racing. Is this a sign? Is this, I not too long ago before that, about 6 months before that or so, 8 months before that, I had a crash down at Wilmot and fractured, my vertebrae. And that was, laying in bed for 2 weeks, laid up doing nothing there, thinking a lot. So there was a lot of things here pointing me in the wrong direction as far as having confidence in going racing. But I truly believe that it might have just been God's way of making me a stronger person. And you know what they say, that what don't kill you makes you stronger. So, and I do feel stronger. I feel like $1,000,000. I'm all healed up from the burns. I guess it just was a very unique experience that I don't wish on anyone. However, the mental stability that came from it is insurmountable compared to anything else I've been through in life. So I think I know God. Well, we know God knows what he's doing, and but I really have confidence that this was for the better. And that's what I focused on, was taking the good out of it. I don't want to, I don't know, make myself sound good, but it made me want to help people more. I've done some things that I'm very proud of, and helped some people, made some donations with fire safety, and there's Camp Timberley down in East Troy that I don't want to say I got close to, but it's near and dear to my heart now. And it's a burn camp for kids. And we're going to try to support that as much as we can in the Firefighters Association of Wisconsin. So I think it directed me to be a better person, I guess, just for lack of better statement.
Well, and obviously you made the decision to come back to racing.
Yeah. Along that line, I thought long and hard about it. But what's weird is I had everybody. There was absolutely no person. Probably, I don't think any one person told me one way or the other. You should stop racing, or you have to keep going. I had a lot of people that care about me. Close family, friends that care about me, that offered their opinions. But no one said you're crazy either way. And I guess that just left it up to me then. And I found it in me that I was hungry. I didn't want to redeem myself. That was nothing like that. I just wanted to keep racing. I enjoy it. I love being in the seat. I love the challenge. As much as I complain about it, I love working on the race cars and all the shop stuff. I love my family involvement. It's all I know. So I don't do any of the other guys stuff or anything. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I don't boat. I don't golf. I don't do anything else except racing stuff and anything that involves family. Now all my kids are grown up here. Lily's going to be 18 in less than a week. So everybody's growing up, and they're all starting their own lives and careers, and so it's kind of coming full circle to reverting back to when I was 17, 18, 19 years old, and the only thing I had was racing. And So I guess it's to answer that question. It's all I know. It's all I want to do, and I just love it. So that it really was a matter of having some people help out with some fire suits and stuff, and it was like, okay, everything's in place. I had my cousin Scotty Neitzel drive my car last year at Dodge again, and shortly after that happened, so the car was all good, ready to go. I could have made it out last year yet. My wounds were good enough, to get back in the car towards the end of the year. But there is where I had, especially Scotty, who I know cares about me a lot, and then my family. Basically said, you don't have anything to prove here. There's absolutely no reason why you need to get in the car now. Just give yourself the off season and really rest up and heal up. And so I took that advice, and I had hoped it would pay off a little bit better than it did. But like I said earlier, we just got to get this ball rolling a little bit. And once we do, I think everything will be all right.
All righty. Well, we're gonna be letting you go here shortly, but before we do that, I always try to give the drivers a chance to recognize their marketing partners and people they want to thank that get the car to the racetrack each and every week. So, Lance, we'll let you go first. Lily, you can make sure you got all your notes ready when Dad's done.
I actually have all of us covered here, so maybe we'll share duties at recording this. But I want to apologize for being so long-winded. I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. That's
talk
good.
too much. So we got R&H Racing Equipment, Falby Auto Body, Jensen Auto Sales, Chance's Pub and Grill, The Hill Tavern, Skipper Inn, RC Custom Design, and then I'll let Lily read the rest.
We had Spankins Motorsports, True Accuracy, Gary Francor, and Dan Buss.
And then the guys that help us and throughout the week, but especially at the track, are Christian Wagner, Rob Schmid, Kevin Jensen,
Trevor Schmidt, James Jensen, and Jim Schickert. So
thank you guys and all of our sponsors. Yes, it really means a lot to us that you're, a lot of these, almost all of them are friends. We don't have big marketing strategies like we should. So this is our little team here is just, it's really personal and family and friends. And that's what makes it more special, or all that much more special when we do have success.
Well, that's what makes racing what it is. It was great when I ran into you at 141. I'm glad we got you on here tonight. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you guys at the races real soon. Lance, you're next going to be on the track where?
I'm probably going to forego the Outlaw show this Friday at Plymouth. I'm on the fence yet, but there's just some discrepancies that I have with the show. But that's okay. So probably my next show will be the following Saturday, the 14th at Plymouth. And Miss Lily here.
And then I'm at Beaver Dam with the Outlaws on Saturday. And then Sunday we're going to be at Luxembourg.
All righty. Well, good luck to both of you. Lily, good luck this weekend. And Lance, I'm sure we're going to see you at the races real soon, or we'll see you in August when the MSA comes down to Wilmot.
Absolutely. And thanks again for having us on. It is truly an honor to be asked
thank you.
by a Hall of Famer as yourself. So very proud to know you and call you a friend.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Lance and Lily. Take care. God bless now. We'll see you. Bye-bye. All right. We're going to get him in here real quick, and I appreciate his patience. I do want to get these couple of more of our marketing partners. Bumper to Bumper has helped us out this year. MLS Auto Clinic, already mentioned them. And, again, thanks to all of our marketing partners. Adam, thanks for hanging in there. I know you needed to take a little nap after your 3-day weekend with the Autometer powered by Gandrud Performance Wisconsin wingless sprint cars, but you finished up with a big one. You put on a great show at Angel Park and scored your first point win with the Wisconsin wingless. You did win last fall down at Joliet. That was a non-point race. That ended their season there. But tell us a little bit about the run at Angel Park.
Angel Park for me, it's one of those places. I every time I push on the track, either in the midget and now the sprint car, I still get chill bumps pushing on the track there. So to get a win there in the sprint car, and I've got multiple wins in the midget, it just means so much to me to be able to go there and get a win. It's not something everybody can do. You've got to be able to go out there and put it on the line every time at Angel Park. I mean, it's one of the tracks. The harder you drive, the faster you're gonna go, the more chances you have of winning. And I kind of took it easy there in the feature and was riding around the bottom, and I saw John come up on the outside of me and show me a front wheel, and I was like, all right, it's time to get up on the wheel and go. And I moved up to the top, and and that's where I'm comfortable at there, is running up top. So I don't know why it took me so long to go up there and go, but it's super special to go up there and win at Angel Park.
Well, then once you got up there and got in the lead, then you started encountering quite a bit of traffic, and you put a move on the front straightaway going into one that I still can't believe happened. There was not a whole lot of room. There's two back markers racing for position, so they're not going to give an inch. The courtesy flag in dirt track racing, Adam, as you know, means hold your line. It ain't move over or move down or none of that stuff, not in dirt track. And you just I don't know how you did it. You found enough room to get through there, and Eric Wilkie decided he was going to follow you. So we think you actually, Eric gets around that place pretty good too, but I think I think he took a lesson from you. I think he learned something from you and thought, well, if he can make it fit, I can make it fit.
Yeah, it was one of those things, like I came up on him going into 3, and I don't know who it was. I ran up on him super fast. I thought I was going to hit him, and I was able to get the car turned down underneath him, and then there was 2 cars in front of me. And I saw a hole in the car on the inside, kind of came off low coming out of 4, and I saw the hole got a little bit bigger, and I was just like, all right, well, let's go for it and see what happens, really. And luckily, the guy on the inside of me, he left me some room going down the straightaway. I was able to make it into 1 how I wanted to, and I didn't know if it was going to work or not, to be honest, but it did. So it paid off in the long run, so I can't be mad about it.
Now this coming weekend, the wingless are off now for a couple of weeks, but you're not going to be off. Tell the folks a little bit about where they can see you racing and what you're going to be racing this coming weekend.
Yeah, so Friday night, I'm going to be down in Lincoln, Illinois at Lincoln Speedway, running with the Mara Midgets in the number 5X. And then as long as everything goes good there, we're going to be at Angel Park in the 5X again when the World of Outlaws are there at Angel Park with the Badger Series.
Yep, Sunday, right?
So, yep. So we're looking forward to, at least I am. I'm looking forward to getting back to Angel Park in the midget, getting going again, hopefully pick up another win there, and get our season really going in the midget. So,
well, I don't know if you're going to have enough time there, but last summer, my wife and I met my sister and brother-in-law in Lincoln. In downtown, there's a lot of really neat eat places. Now I wish I could remember the name of it, but there's one place right across from the courthouse, and you can even sit and eat outside. We did. So if you got the time, you may want to go check it out. And there's also a museum, a Route 66 museum that is not too far from the racetrack.
Okay.
And that is really cool. That is really cool. So if you got some time before you hit the racetrack on Friday night, try to take in it. The museum, I think, is basically free. It's a small donation to get in, that type of thing.
Okay.
So,
yeah, if we got some time, we'll definitely go check it out.
Check it out. So tell folks who gets you to the racetrack with either or both of your cars, and who you want to thank, and your marketing partners.
So on the sprint car side of stuff, we'll start with that. Horizon Carpentry, Mongo Crane, Spankin Motorsports, the Doherty family. They all make that possible. It started all last year down at Joliet. They called me and asked me if I wanted to drive a sprint car, and I said yeah, and it's been a success ever since. And then on the midget side of stuff, with the 5X, the Jones family, Pops Trucking, Excel Automotive, they provide all the fuel for me for the midget and the sprint car. I know I'm probably missing some people, but I'm on a couple hours of sleep too. So,
well, I know you want to thank the family.
My family, definitely 100%. I mean, I without them, I couldn't make it up and down the road. I mean, just between my dad helping me drive back and forth to tracks, my mom cooking for everybody every weekend at the track, the girlfriend taking care of me, making sure I get what I need to eat when I'm at the track.
And now you got a little puppy dog.
I do. I got a little 10-week-old German short-haired pointer. His name's Rupp. He's a handful, so we're learning that whole side of it too. Having a little puppy at the track, but it was a long weekend for him. It was his first weekend ever at the track. So we got it because we got him last Sunday. So he did good all weekend though. So we were happy with him. But yeah, my family, everything they do for me, I know I torture them with traveling every week and everywhere we go, because closest tracks we race at are 2.5 hours away. So I mean, no matter where we go, we're traveling a good distance. But they put up with it. They support me 100%. And like I said, I couldn't do it without them.
And now, what's your day job when you're not driving a race car or traveling to a racetrack?
So my day job, I work at a company. It's called Gertz Industries, and on my side of the company that I work in, we test backup generators for Caterpillar. And now when I say backup generators, they're 16 and 20 cylinder engines with the generator end on them that are made to back up. We've done some for Army bases. LAX airport has 3 of our motors there. But I mean, most of them are the ones we test the most of can run about 3 subdivisions with 100 houses in them off of one motor.
Wow.
So they're big old motors. I mean, they come in on 48-foot semi trailers, and they take up the whole trailer. And but yeah, that's what I do during the week. It makes for long weeks, working 50, 55, 60 hours a week. But it allows me to go racing, so I can't complain about it.
There you go. Well, it's always good to see you at the racetrack. It was a pleasure to interview you and talk with you a little bit after the races there at Angel Park after getting that win. Good luck in the midget this weekend, and good luck at Lincoln. Good luck at Angel Park, and we'll see you back in the Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Car probably pretty soon.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to being back in the wingless car. I really do enjoy it.
All right. Thanks again, Adam. Take care.
All right,
God bless.
thank you.
Bye-bye. That was Adam Taylor, winner of the Wisconsin Wingless Sprint Car feature last Sunday at Angel Park, and he'll be running a midget Friday and Sunday at Angel Park, Friday at Lincoln, Illinois. So that's going to do it for this week's show. Again, tune in next week. We're going to have some Hall of Famers on here. So till next time, this is Mike Babicz wishing you a pleasant evening, the best of tomorrows. Remember, kids, just say no to drugs. Thanks. Good night. God bless. And let's go racing, everybody.